What's up, Face family? Jarvis Got in the Void, Jar Squad T here, and welcome back to another Diecast review. Today, we're going to be looking at this piece of candy corn. No, just playing. Actually, today, we're going to be looking at the 2011 Lamborghini Estoque. Now, this right here is a four-door luxury sedan car that Lamborghini first showed off at the 2008 Paris Auto Show, if I recall correctly. And apparently, for a while, they were contemplating actually sending this to production instead of it just being a concept, but they eventually scrapped those plans for a multitude of different reasons. I could imagine one of them is that it's Lamborghini. I heard that the engine of this car apparently used the same engine that the Gallardo used. And I'm like, well, what exactly is the point? What exactly is the point of a four-door Lamborghini sedan? I never understood that, and I probably never will understand that. And I'm kind of glad they never went through with it, since it would have been one of the strangest automobiles of all time. But onto the actual review of the car. I guess on first impressions, the silhouette is pretty standard. I mean, except for the back, but I'll get to that. The silhouette is pretty standard. It just looks like a normal sedan. But when you get to the front, the Lamborghini sort of iconography, sort of idiosyncrasies of this makes it feel like a really weird car. It makes it feel like a Frankenstein car almost. I remember there was this NBC show that came on late in 2021 called American Auto. And I think it was called the Payne Motor Company on that show. Had to produce a car in like 24 hours. And they came up with something called the Ponderosa. It was this really weird fucking Frankenstein car. It looked like a Chevy Tahoe after 20 years on meth. And this doesn't look exactly like that, but it does have some of the same Frankenstein qualities to it. I will say the back is very interesting. It reminds me of the back of a Tesla Model 3, and I quite like the design of those cars, so that's nice to see. I really do appreciate the back on this car, since it really does look nice. There's some good angles on it, and it really does help the silhouette not look completely out of fucking place. Going back to the front, I mean, just look at the front. You have the classic Lamborghini indents, and it's just kind of hard to tell what kind of car is this. You know, this doesn't look exactly like the Gallardo I have that I reviewed. I don't know whether to say a few weeks ago or a few years ago, but there's just something weird about it, man. There's something weird about a four-door sedan Lamborghini car. It's kind of like when Porsche started releasing SUVs. I mean, when you look at Porsche, they already had things like the Panamera. You know, you could kind of accept that. But when they started making SUVs, I don't know. And a Lamborghini sedan, it just doesn't feel right. It feels like when Lamborghini isn't doing weird hatchback SUVs, I still don't know why they made the Lamborghini Urus. But it feels like they should be making sports cars instead. I don't know. This one falls in a sort of uncanny valley. Whether this is supposed to be a sporty vehicle or whether it's supposed to be a sedan, I don't know. It's just sort of confusing to me. And I guess the intention was for this to be a performance sports car after all, because it does use a Gallardo engine in real life. But oh my god, I'm kind of glad this never made it to production. The design is just really is just tripping me out, because I was looking through my collection today for which car to review, and it just stuck out to me. I'm like, where the hell did I get this from? Because I can't remember where I got this from. But two, what is this car? I don't know. This is one of those oddities you find every now and then with Hot Wheels. And I guess just in the car world in general, there have been some weirder concepts I've seen. I remember last year, me and my grandma, we were talking about these weird concept car designs. They were like weird driverless car designs with no steering wheel, and the inside of them look like airplanes. This isn't quite that weird or dangerous, but this is still weird nonetheless. And this is honestly one of the most unique cars in my collection. As for my final verdict on if you should buy this or not, I would say pick it up. They still do produce this in 2022. There was recently a luxury car pack that was released, so you can still get it in there. So I guess that would still make it fairly common since it's still in production. But I don't know. If you see it, I'd certainly buy it just to have in your collection, because you don't get weird cars like this outside of Hot Wheels City and original cars. So this is one hell of a car. So yeah, that's my review of the 2011 Lamborghini Estoque. Weird design, weird reason for existing, and an even weirder name. Although the name actually makes a little bit of sense, since I think it means sword in Spanish, or it's like a bastardization of that word. But either way, that'll be it for me. Thank you all for watching. That's all I gotta say. Jarvis got out.